just through experience that if you wait to all your bills are paid before you try to put away money for your savings, that you end up saving a lot less than what you would have if you just would have automatically just put it away in the beginning. The next thing when it comes to investing, another strategy is that you want a dollar cost average. What that means is if you're investing in the market, that you want to buy in at different points in time in the market. You don't want necessarily lump sum big sums of money all at one time. You want to buy periodically. And what that does is basically allows you to not buy at a high point in a market where if the market corrects and goes down, you lose money, but it allows you to take advantage of normal market cycles, because the market doesn't go straight up. Everyone knows that we got low points, we get high points, but generally it goes up. So if you buy systematically and dollar cost average, you get to take advantage of some of those dips, and over time your cost of investing goes down. The next thing you want to be aware of is something called diversification, and this is where I see a lot of people get in trouble. You want to make sure that you don't invest all in one asset class. So many of you may have heard the term that you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. That's all diversification basically means, is that you want to have a little bit of money separated out in different asset classes, which maybe you want to have some money in some equities or stocks, and you want to have some money in bonds. That helps minimize your risk over time. One thing that's very interesting that I want to mention also is emotionally, we as investors tend to be very temperamental and very biased to the recent events. So everyone remember what happened in 2008 with the market. So we had a big correction, right? So a lot of people lost a lot of money. If you would have pulled out of the market out at that time, it's possible that you would have missed the upswing. But since that time, we've had basically a bull market for almost the last 8 or 9 years. So you would have missed out on all that growth, by not staying invested. One article that you can check out is called Market Timing, and it was an article that was written. It basically talked about why you should stay invested. If you invested $1,000 in 1966 and kept that money invested all the way to 2001, how much money do you think you had at the end of that time period? 36 years. You didn't touch it. Just invested in 1966 and kept it invested all the way to 2000.
$1,000 per what?
No, just one time.
Oh, just one time.
One time, you had $1,000 and you just let it ride.
2 million.
A little lower than 2 million.
$1 million.
30,000.
A little closer. A little closer.
20,000.
A little closer. It was actually $12,000.
12.
$12,000. If you just kept it invested and didn't do anything.
Oh.
Didn't do anything. Now, if you happen to miss the 5 best days of the market, 5 best days in the market, each of those in each of those years, how much money do you think you would have at the end of that time period?
1,500.
Less than that.
Is that right?
Anybody else want to guess? You missed the 5 best days each of those years leading up to 2001. You would have had just $150.
Wow.
If you just missed 5 days each of those years of the best days of 5 of the best days of each of those years. So you see the drastic difference between just leaving the money in, even though it's gone down 10 or 20% in a year, because if you take that money out, you're not going to get that upswing. You're not going to be able to capitalize that. And interesting enough, was really powerful is that, let's say on the other end, let's say instead of if you was able to not be invested on the days where the market lost the 5 worst days in those same years, how much money do you think that you would have? If you missed the 5 worst days in that 30-year time period. You just missed the 5 worst days.
300,000.
More than that.
Wow. 500,000.
More than that. $1 million.
See, that's what I was thinking. Wow. With 1,000
$1 million.
to start with.
$1 million. So diversification cannot save you from losing money, but it can minimize your losses. And staying invested by not panicking and just sticking to a strategy that you're comfortable with can have compounding effects of making sure that you're maximizing your wealth over time. And that's what diversification and staying invested can do for you. The last thing I'll talk to you, and we're on page 5, we'll talk to you just about being tax aware. Now, there are different purposes for different types of accounts that you have. So so retirement accounts get special tax treatment. There's education accounts that get special tax treatment. You want to be aware of what these tax treatments are. There's basically 3 ways that money can be taxed. One is that it's fully taxable. So think of this as your as like your bank account or like a CD that you open at a bank. You get taxed on the dividends and interest that you own on those. The second way is that money can be tax deferred. So tax deferred means that you don't pay any taxes now, but when you pull the money out, you pay taxes on it. And the last way that money can be taxed is that you pay taxes now, but when you go and pull it out, you're not taxed anything. So depending on the type of goals that you want to do, that you have for yourself, you want to take advantage of these different types of accounts to maximize your tax diversity. So 401ks, Roth IRAs, 529 plans, these are all different types of tools that you can use towards your savings goals that can help you make sure that you're minimizing taxes. We all know that life happens. Sometimes things don't all turn out the way that we want them to. So in those cases, you want to make sure that you have the proper protections in place. Preparing for the unexpected is looking at what type of insurances that you have in place. What happens if you get too sick and injured to go to work? What happens if you or your spouse have an untimely passing? How is your family able to continue to pay the bills and do other things that you want to do for your family? And also for your business is looking at succession planning. What happens if you go down? What happens if your business partner goes down? How are you prepared? How are you prepared in those events? Do you have a succession plan in place? Do you have insurances? You have those things in place to make sure that your family can survive or your business can survive if that's a key person in the business or a key member of your family goes down. So you want to look at disability insurance, you want to look at key person insurance, you want to look at life insurance. You also want to look at things like long-term care. Long-term care is one of the big ones that I see. That as people get older, that becomes very important. Just as an example, one of my partners, their parents are both in their late 90s, and they don't have any long-term care insurance. They have have a big family, about 10 kids, but they're all having to take off work, shifting around because mom and dad are in their 90s and they need help 24/7 around. And because they don't have that insurance in place to come help bring somebody to the house, all the kids are now having to pitch in to try to be able to fill that gap. So long-term care insurance is a way to help cover that later in life. Not only pay for that, but also to have some skilled people to lift off that burden from the kids to be able to be there to help mom today.